Hello, Tarogar. Hey, everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and it's time for another Orc Mode workout. And you know what I decided, guys, since I'm going to full body 3 days a week, mostly fives, as Ripple Toad would call it, I've decided, I'm going to keep calling it Orc Mode because it is still very orky. Dealing with mostly compound, actually all compound movements, even my cheek curls are a compound. And, a bit more volume than I've been doing per workout. But pretty big exercise selection. I broke down the workout for you guys already, what I'm going to be doing, and I decided to just do the work sets because I have enough volume in these without even throwing work sets in. I think a lot of these workouts are going to stretch over 10 minutes without even throwing my warm-ups in. I filmed them just to see what I had for footage, but just my main work sets alone ended up going past 9 minutes, right? Just work sets. So what we did today, did my squats, and what you guys will notice, I reduced weight slightly. People are going to say, why? Because I'm not used to doing 3 work sets, so I'm going to build back up. What I'm going to do is some of these lifts, I'm going to reduce the weight just a hair and start building them back up. And what I need to be able to do is do 3 work sets for 3 sets of 5 with the weights that I had been doing 2 sets of 5 with. And then in spite of cutting, seeing if we can build strength from there on these, right? Because the fact of the matter is, I am eating, carbing up before and after my workouts on these 3 days. And I'm not doing keto. I don't want anyone to mistake what I'm doing for keto. I'm just doing really, really high protein, which isn't leaving any much room for carbs on my non-training days, right? And my calories are lower. And with my protein such high, I don't really have much in the way of room for carbs. But because I'm eating fat and stuff on those days too, I'm eating, but I'm not doing keto type fat macros or things like that. I'm basically, when I say I'm eating fat, I'm eating natural peanut butter, eating a little olive oil, stuff like that, right? We're not talking about bacon and eggs here, but lean proteins and then, a lot of monounsaturated fats. But it's still, protein on my off days of training is my largest macro. It's exceeding 50% of my caloric intake. My training days is where I'm trying to fit my carbs in. So it's like, I feel like if I get enough carbs pre-training, I can perform well. And if I get enough post-workout, this should help with recovery. So I'm going to focus on performance. Since I'm only going to train 3 days a week, I am going to focus on performance on these days. Yes, I'm not doing singles anymore. We're not doing maxes. We're doing 5s and stuff. And we're doing a little more volume. But the point is, I'm still going to focus on performance because any strength I can gain whatsoever on these basically 8 lifts I'm doing right now, rotated between the 2 days, 2 full body days, any performance I can gain is going to be worth its weight in gold in a calorie deficit because, again, that's muscle. And we want to be ideally gaining any muscle we can, but preserving muscle, and again, that's more fat loss, and that's the way you have to look at that. You have to look at it from that perspective. You will lose fat faster the better you retain muscle, and so performance is important to that, and so my eating is being dialed around that because, again, that's going to be essential for someone who's got a performance-based endeavors. If you're an athlete and you're in a weight loss phase, carb timing and stuff actually does matter in those cases. Does it matter tremendously? Probably not, but it could be enough of a difference to make a difference. And so for me, that's the name of the game. I'm making sure I'm getting carbs before and after I train on my training days. I'm not in a calorie deficit on my training days. I'm going to probably eat around maintenance for now so that I have enough fuel to both train and recover. And then I'll lose more fat on the off days from training because I'm just going to eat less. Filling up on vegetables and lean protein for the most part. And it worked. Like yesterday, I did that yesterday. I got up at 4:30 in the morning, and then I ate breakfast around 11:30, because I had something I had to do at noon. And I had to go somewhere. And so I did that, and I ended up eating, it's going to sound high to some people, but for me, that's insanely low. I don't ever drop my calories that low. I ended up eating about 2,500 calories. Now, about 400 grams of it was protein, but, so it was well over 50% protein at that point, but I didn't go over 2,500 calories. And for me, that's low. That's low, but I didn't get hungry. So because I filled up on chicken salads, basically. That's what I did. I grilled a bunch of chicken breasts and made salads with it. Chicken salads. I ate about 1 spoonful of peanut butter. Had a couple protein shakes and had chicken salads all day. So that's what I did. And so accordingly, it should work out nicely. But let's go back and talk about the training more. But yeah, that filled me up and I was able to train today. So yeah, I reduced the weight just slightly on these because I just started doing the rows again. I'm sticking with a lightweight. I didn't reduce it. There's no point in reducing it. And I'm going to increase this pretty quickly. And every other workout I'm going to row, and every other workout I'm going to do pull-ups. So for these, because I just added them back in, I've got a lot of room to grow. And that's kind of the point, guys. When you're switching over to a program like this, you want to be a little bit conservative on the weights because I want to have room to progress. Because if I can come in and train just a little bit, it'll help preserve muscle, and maybe if I can get any progressive overload, I might gain a small amount of muscle somewhere on my body. And some of these are novel lifts that I haven't really been doing. Right? I haven't been doing the pendlay rows again. I used to do enormous numbers of these. But I might be able to glean a little muscle memory off of it. Same thing with the cheek curls. I haven't been doing curls. I cut them back out for a few months again. All right, the potential for a novel training response of adding some of these big effective movements back in may do that. Same thing. I haven't done any pressing in over a month. Muscle memory. Relearning the movement pattern. So the whole idea here is I can come in on some of these lifts and progress. I might be able to put some muscle on. Maybe. I'm going to cross my fingers. I'm going to fight for every ounce of it. And that's what it comes down to when we're cutting, guys. Anything we can do to get any muscle anywhere is worth it. Shorter blast and trend. Now, I could blast trend. I mean, that's an option. But I'm 41, guys. I'm trying to be healthier. You know what I mean? I really want to get healthier. That's half the reason I'm losing the body fat. The other halves are performance related, weight class, marketing, make money on YouTube, all that stuff, right? But it's my health first. And, sure, a bunch of trend would help on the other two, but it would hurt my health. And I'm not going to say I'm not tempted. Guys, I mean, money is, the YouTube money's so good for so many guys. I am so tempted. But I know that everyone would know if I did it. I don't think I'd get away with it. So, and I know people call me out on it. I'd hurt my health and get called out. And I've had so much bullshit already happen that I've been called out on. I just don't need to add stupid shit to it. But yeah, my hook grip felt good today. That was nice. It was easy. I might start go ahead and increasing it a little bit. Those 425s were easy. Then I did my back off double overhand work, and this was actually harder than that hook grip. I couldn't hold the third rep. I had to turn loose almost at the top. But, overall, everything is starting a little conservative, and we're going to build. Like that overhead press and those rows, those are going to need to go up. Go up. Those are a little light for 5s, but I'll regain strength on those through muscle memory. And then I did the cheek curls, and I really started too light. I haven't done these, so I'm like, let me just start with a really little bitty tiny light ass weight. And after about 10 reps, I started cramping. It's like, it's not even the case of muscle failure. I quit, I think, around 13 or 14. It wasn't the case of muscle failure. It's that cramping because I'm not used to high reps, and I grabbed a weight that was too light. I thought it was going to be about a 9 or 10 rep because I haven't been doing the exercise, right? Well, I'll just get 9 or 10 reps. Well, at 10, I wasn't fatigued. I was just cramping, so I'm like, let me get some more. But then my biceps started cramping up from it, so I'm going to need to add weight next time. This is just too light. And I don't do high reps, man. I don't do high reps. Although I'm getting a little bit of a pump there. Arms are getting a little bit of a pump going down there. I know, right? Everyone's like, Jason getting a pump. Next, he's going to be waxing his butthole and getting a webcam. I'm totally kidding, guys. I am kidding. Let's watch that again. We'll finish this up just watching some more curls. But why the cheek curls? I feel like my arms have been growing off the pull-ups. I know they'll grow again from adding rows back in. But at the end of the day, if you want to be an orc, you got to have big biceps. Also, it is such a little effort for me to add in some cheek curls at the end. I don't believe in isolation work. You guys know that. But I think cheek curls like that are a compound. We're still dealing with a compound. Biceps are my weakest muscle group. They're my worst body part. We all universally agree. So I think on a system like this, doing a little work at the end of your workout for your worst body part it can be managed. It can be worked in even on a cut. So that's exactly what I did. And I'll do that for a while. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.